Talkers. As always, I'm your host, Keanen and Alex, joined by my co-host, Alex Tanaka. This is our last episode of 2025. We're going to take a little winter break after here, get back to you guys in the new year, hopefully with a lot of signings right away. That'd be nice. We've got quite a few to go over today, and then our AL and NL West breakdowns, the pros and cons that we've done for the other four divisions. Quite a few signings, most notably Kyle Schwarber back to the Phillies, 5 years, $150 million. This felt like the most obvious signing that was going to happen this offseason, despite the rumors of other teams being interested.
It it was very obvious, but I didn't want to believe it. But looking
Yeah,
back,
the
we all
hope,
should
there
know
was hope that he would go elsewhere.
yeah, I just he very much is the heart of that team with how good he's become. He is what they wanted Bryce Harper to be in terms of his production, in terms of what he means to the fans there. A great move. I would have loved the Reds to have backed up the Brinks trucks for him and really, embraced him. It sounds like they were going to make a semi-competitive offer, but when you're the Cincinnati Reds and you have the past history you do with free agents and being competitive, you have to spend more than probably what the player's worth. If there's a player to do that on, it's Kyle Schwarber. But yeah, I mean, Philadelphia's kind of just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again as their team gets 1 year older every year and hope that, they suddenly can win a World Series. They're not going to, but at least this way they can say, "Hey, we're trying." They have plausible
Yeah,
deniability when they all get fired and have to interview for jobs.
there's a lot of teams that can't say that. At least they're signing players.
Yeah, you know what? They're making moves, which is what they're supposed to be doing, but they're not making the right moves.
No,
They're
yeah,
they're
Baltimore matched
they're
that
just
deal too,
keeping the
which
boys
was
together, and even when you win a championship, in my opinion, you need to turn over the team a bit. Like
you do. I don't think Schwarber is the one that needed to be turned over,
no,
though,
but someone has to be like they
for
can't,
sure.
like
They're gonna try and force Castellanos onto someone.
yeah, but
It's gonna
they
be
need more
difficult to
meaningful.
move.
It's like the Toronto Maple Leafs, right? It's like the team is flawed despite all the talent. Someone's got to go here. So
Yeah.
I don't see how you could move Harper. I don't see how you can move. Like, you're not gonna be sure. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. You can't really move Turner. You kind of
Yeah.
have to keep doing what they're doing.
In the case for Cincinnati and even Pittsburgh too, it's not only is it hard for them to bring players in within their current circumstances, like Cincinnati, yeah, they made the playoffs, but they haven't been consistently good. Pittsburgh has been a basement dweller forever. These are organizations that they refuse to step outside of their comfort zone, but they're in the situation where they have to step outside of their comfort zone if they want to bring in top end talent.
They're in the situation right now where if they want to avoid players'
A
association
grievance?
grievances, they're gonna have to start acting like they want to be competitive. Like, I mean, if you're the Reds and you work in baseball operations, this must be incredibly frustrating because you've done a very good job of putting together one of the most fun young starting rotations in baseball. You have Ellie De La Cruz. You have some talent around him offensively, right? You have like Matt McLean's interesting. I'm always, I don't know what's going on with him at all. I hope he can bounce back.
Marte was decent for them.
Yeah, Noel Marte looks like he can be a good player. Like Spencer Steer's interesting. I think he's still there. I don't know. Brian Hayes kind of hit a little bit when he got back there. He's a good glove at third. It's kind of an interesting team, and if they spent a little bit, they could be a really interesting team. In terms of what they could do in the playoffs next year, I think they could be kind of like a dark horse team. You kind of don't want to play in like a short series because of how hot they can get. But if you're not getting support, like if when you're in this position with young talent, you have to acquire more talent every single offseason. That's just the nature of the beast. It's just how baseball works. You have to get probably 3 to 4 more arms in the bullpen every single year. You're going to have to add an impact bat because that's a huge gap in the lineup as a power bat. So it's just disheartening for a fan if you see the scouting department and the pro development side do everything right and they don't get rewarded by going out and signing a bat like reuniting with Suarez, being in on Murakami, not that he would ever go there, being in on even Okamoto. I know he's not the power bat they need, but even being in on Ozuna fills a gap there, right? Like even a guy like that who's not one of probably the 40 best or 50 best rated, Reese Hoskins, like get a guy who can hit for power. That is what that lineup needs, and it's just complete radio silence out of Cincinnati.
If you want to talk about a budget bat, too, Reese Hoskins is right in there.
Yeah,
Price
he's
range.
in their price.
That's
He
not
is
going to be that
he is
much
in the
money.
NL Central price range. He knows that division very
He is
well.
in the NL. Yeah, he played the last 2 years with the
That was
Brewers.
the joke. Keenan got it. Everybody, make sure that he tells you.
But yeah, this is a team. They switched up right away. The moment Schwarber didn't come,
Oh,
they backed it. We're not going after anyone else. We thought he would drive ticket sales because he's from Ohio, as if their most marketable player isn't from the Dominican Republic.
and before that, their most marketable player was Canadian.
Yeah, the players they're so out of touch
No,
with
that's not
this.
50 years ago. That was a big thing. But you know what's like? This is my experience and just my opinion as a sports fan. What brings people to games is winning games, having good players, and providing a good experience. The Reds are like 1 for 3 there, and I don't know how the in-game experience is at whatever their ballpark's name, but it's probably not great. Like, I just I think that's a completely flawed understanding of how to get people to pay attention to your team. It's not by signing hometown guys. It's spending you, the owner, spending your hard-earned money on this baseball team so the fans will give you money for a ticket. Make a competitive team. Have a good organization. Reward, the fans who've suffered for, 30 years now at this point. Like,
Yeah,
that
they won
is
in
what
'99.
gets
They
bums.
haven't won a playoff series since 1995.
That was before 9/11. That was a long time ago.
Okay, that's a great comparison.
No, like they
Jump right to
haven't, they
that, eh?
haven't, Keenan, since
They might be the only team.
Yeah, since the Reds have won like a playoff series, 9/11 happened. That happened. Like think of all the world events that happened since just 2000. Think of every crazy thing that's happened, right? There's been probably 2 financial crises. COVID's happened. Tom Brady had an entire career and retired before the Reds won a World. Sorry, not won a World.
A
Won a playoff
playoff
series.
round.
Yeah, Tom Brady had an entire NFL career of like 20 plus seasons. It's disrespectful to the fans.
It
It's
is.
insulting their intelligence. You guys are only going to show up if we sign one of your hometown guys. No, they'll show up if you win and you provide them a competitive team. I've never seen Keenan in any sport a team that's very very good struggle mightily with attendance issues. Never really seen that.
No, that doesn't
It doesn't
happen.
happen. Just
It's not
fans
a thing.
are. Everyone loves a winner. No one loves a loser, right? Like
Yeah, those two teams might be the closest to a grievance right now, too.
I think the Pirates more than anyone.
The Pirates
The
100%, but those
Reds will sign people. Just they'll never take that next step. The Pirates just don't sign anyone.
the Pirates don't sign anyone. Marlins don't, but for some reason they're just exempt from any sort of
People
criticism.
like living in Miami, Keenan. Give them a break.
Yeah, they just don't do anything and nobody cares.
Yeah.
That's the one team in the MLB. They don't like nobody cares what they do.
They could be kind of fun
And
next year, though.
they could be, yeah.
Do you remember when they
Edwin
went to
Diaz
500? That was really fun, hey? When they had like a 10-game winning streak?
got to 500.
That
Yeah,
was incredible.
it was. It was. Even as a Braves fan, it was incredible to see them do that.
Whoa.
Edwin
He's actually
Diaz.
a Marlins fan, guys.
Yeah, yeah. God, no.
Closeted. Deeply closeted.
That would be awful. Edwin Diaz has
What, being
gone to
deeply
the
closeted or being
Dodgers,
a Marlins fan?
being a Marlins fan.
Agreed.
I think we can all agree there.
100%.
Yeah,
Going back to the
Diaz to the
Dodgers.
Dodgers, 3-year deal. Chose to go there instead of staying with the New York Mets. I think the final offers between the two teams were like $3 million. He came out and said, "I chose to go to a winning organization."
I get it. I get
You
it,
can't
bro.
blame
You
him.
want to win.
You cannot blame him.
No, guy wants to win. We'll see how much the Dodger fans are dunking with this when he's giving up 3-run home runs in the middle of August.
And pointing to the sky like it's a
Yeah,
routine fly ball.
I get it. Like that Dodger bullpen is the weakness, if you want to say with the
Yeah,
team. Because what is Sasaki's role going to be full time now going forward? There have been rumors about Glasnow moving on, but you can never have enough high leverage relievers. You can never have enough of them. The one thing is the Dodgers owe $1 billion in deferrals to 9 players now, I think.
I saw that. Yeah,
So that's a big figure.
it's a big figure. It shows the problem with the current CBA.
Yeah, but everybody else could do this too, though. So I don't.
There are teams that cannot afford to do that.
Then they shouldn't. Like, look, then don't complain. Like I get there's teams that can't afford to do this. I'm kind of okay with that. I'm kind of okay.
Really?
I don't
Like,
really like a level playing field in sports. I think it adds character. Like Keenan, in the NFL, for example, like I don't like the idea of like just any team can go and sign a guy. I think like you have to like
okay.
you should earn the right to compete for superstars. These guys, like the Dodgers, have earned that.
They have earned that for
Cincinnati
sure.
shouldn't be allowed to spend as much as LA, or sorry, Cincinnati shouldn't have the same amount of spending money as the Dodgers because Cincinnati doesn't deserve that because they don't invest in their team.
This is the European soccer system coming out of you here.
No, but the European, no, because the European thing's cross con. It's everywhere except North America. It's also that way in South America. It's also that way
Yeah,
in
I know
Asia.
that. I know that. I was
It's like
just for
we're kind of
reference.
the only people in the world to do this, and it's like to make things fair because it's a franchise model. Um, I'm kind of okay with the fact like these teams and fans who are complaining, your team probably couldn't have signed Edwin Diaz anyway. Like, I don't understand like a Padres fan being like, oh well, that's not fair to us. The Dodgers keep signing all these good players. You could sign them too. The Dodgers just have more money. The deferral thing is I think before we start talking about ratifying it in the CBA, we need to see how it's going to play out over the next couple of years, like the next 5 to 10 years once these guys retire. But I think there's just a lot of uncertainty. I don't think we should instantly try and just kill everything. I kind of want to see
Okay,
how it plays out.
that's fair. I think it will be changed in going into
It
2027. I think
probably
that's going
will
to be
be. It
a
probably will.
huge talking point from the smaller market teams, the teams
Hey,
that
but they
choose
can't,
not to
Keenan, they
spend.
can't ask for a salary cap and to get rid of deferral money. They're just asking to be
No,
allowed to suffer.
I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just saying this is going to
They're
be
100%
a
going to
big
ask for that.
smear.
I know they're going to ask for that.
Yeah.
They're 100% going to say we want a hard. They're probably going to ask for a hard cap too. They're going to say we want a hard salary cap and we don't want anybody to be able to defer any money. At that point, you say, what do you offer this league then? It's embarrassing.
But it's going to be the teams that should be getting grievances, like Pittsburgh,
Yeah, I
Cincinnati.
agree. You and I are aligned on that.
Yeah. Yeah, Diaz, good contract. Let's see if this actually pans out, though. Like their past few bullpen deals were it blew up. Tanner Scott, everyone's like, oh, he's amazing. He's going to the Dodgers, superstar in the bullpen, and
That
it did not work out right away.
did not work
Diaz
out.
has had some inconsistencies in the past. We'll see if he can even just play
The thing about
consistent
the
baseball.
Dodgers, though, is the Dodgers will take a swing and a miss on Tanner Scott, but the Dodgers haven't made a bad big decision yet. Over the past like 10
Yeah.
years, they've kind of got every big decision correct. Otani, Freeman, the Betts trade, the Yamamoto, all their big swings are hits,
Hmm.
right? Like other
They are.
teams, and that's the issue that I have with a cap is if you take a big swing and you miss, it sets your team back for 5 years.
It does, but you're not going to see the big swings that you're seeing right now, though. Like those are going to be
True.
turned down a
Well,
little bit.
and that's just it, like right? Like I don't know. I just prefer the way things are.
Okay.
But Alonso to the Orioles. I think we need to move on though, right?
That was yes. We'll move on, and that's a big contract for a team that we knew was going to spend. We've talked about this
Yes,
a couple weeks. We knew they were going to spend. We knew they were going to come out guns a blazing and get the guys. They couldn't get Schwarber. They matched the Phillies. They immediately turned around, which is what Pittsburgh and Cincinnati should have done. They immediately turned around the next day, brought in Pete Alonso.
because we were saying as soon as Schwarber drops, Alonso's going to go right after, right? Because
Yeah,
he is everybody's backup plan in case you don't resign Schwarber. And Alonso is who you and I have been saying, like that type of hitter is who the Orioles needed for the past 4 years, which is a veteran impact bat. Because you can't win anything with just kids. Like they haven't
no,
had a player of Pete Alonso's caliber at this point in his career who's been around the block, who's played in big games. There's no one on the Orioles who's really played in a big game before other than Pete Alonso right now because they lost every game they've played in the playoffs.
yeah,
They're young kids; they don't know how to win. I really like this move for him. He's gonna get a bit of protection in that lineup too. He has Henderson. Like this is a good move for him. He's gonna stay on the East Coast. Like this makes a lot of sense because Baltimore is gonna say we don't want to slowly rebuild. We want to instantly bounce back and compete for a wild card
This
spot.
is a retool. We know they're not in a
100%
rebuild.
they're
It's a
retooling,
it's a
just like the
quick little
Vancouver
retool.
Canucks. They're instantly going to come right back and think that they can compete for a playoff spot, and they probably can next year. Like
They probably can.
I have question marks about the Astros and the Rangers. The Central's kind of weird. You don't know what's going to happen. Are the Jays going to regress? How are the Red Sox going to do? What's up with the Yankees? There's an opening there, and I like that they're being aggressive and going after it.
And honestly, right now, outside of Seattle, the whole American League's a question mark.
Even Seattle, I don't know about Seattle.
I'm just kind of
There's
exempting Seattle because they made the right decisions this offseason
they
and they could still
did.
do a little more.
There's also like a bizarro version of Seattle next year where just the pitching falls off a cliff.
See, that was kind of what happened this year, though. The pitching fell apart a little bit. It held them back for the summer.
It did. Like I guess that's why they didn't pull away, but I don't know. I'm not sold on really the Jays or Seattle. I think the thing that keeps like those top teams consistent is they do it every single year, despite certain players having down years. I want to see the Mariners with a Raleigh down year, with a Julio down year. The pitching
They've
wasn't
had
that bad.
Julio down years.
They they've only had like
They missed the
Julio good
playoffs.
years, but
They didn't have a Raleigh hitting bombs or
Julio
Rodriguez
was
though.
really good
Or
last
sorry,
year though. He was really good last
yeah.
year.
And then obviously Naylor rounds out their lineup.
I just
But
don't
yeah,
say
this is
sure thing because look at the NFL this year. When
that's true.
we all fucking knew, hey, it's gonna be Baltimore, Buffalo, and KC, right?
Two of those teams might not make the play.
Yeah,
Well, KC already isn't.
yeah.
Baltimore's they got to work a
Don't
little bit.
remind me about that. Um, yeah, I just sure thing. I think Seattle's as safe a bet as there is in the American League, but I don't like to say sure thing.
That's fair. That's very fair, and it all depends on where Kyle Tucker goes to and Bo Bichette.
Yeah,
That's
those are the and even Bregman too.
yeah. On even Bregman, maybe Suarez if he's not going to Seattle because that he can't hit there.
No, he can't hit there. Back to Cincinnati, where he can hit.
Hey, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Yeah, back to the Orioles one more time before we move on to the next free agent. They're linked to every starting pitcher on the market
No,
right now.
they
They're
well,
talking to
Keenan, they
everyone.
kind of need to be. There's kind of not a lot.
I know they need to be, but they're showing that they're actually interested this year. They're actively talking to every starting pitcher available right now. They're in talks with Mackenzie Gore, Edward Cabrera, King, Amai, Valdez, Suarez, everybody.
They're
They're talking
probably
to
in on like
everybody.
Bassett, Eflin, fucking Zach. Like they're in on all those guys too, probably as well.
Oh, for sure. But
Because you
those
need
are the
to.
backup options.
Yeah. Wonder where Giolito goes. I wonder what he's gonna.
I don't I don't want him. Wherever he's not on the top of anyone's radar after the last 2 years.
No, I just he's so interesting though because there's a world where he has like a 3.5 ERA next year and he's great.
Yeah, there's also a world where he throws 30 innings and blows out his shoulder.
Yeah, that too. But it's just I don't know. He feels like a guy that maybe the Jays should take a swing on if they need an arm.
Yeah, on a 1 year deal. I wouldn't go more than one
No,
year.
just because Atkins loves to just stockpile arms. I don't know.
Yes.
I could also see the Rangers taking a swing on him too. Like a team that's already pretty pitching
Yeah,
rich. Throw
they
him a
could.
1 year
A little
deal of like
depth piece.
15 million or something.
One other thing with Pete Alonso here, he brought this contract to the Mets, told him to match it. They didn't even offer him anything.
Yeah, the Mets. I don't understand the mistreatment of Alonso.
You're,
He's kind of like the exact player that you want. You signed him, you drafted him, developed.
he is
He's
their
only
franchise
come
player
been
the
an
last
all
eight
star.
years.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
He's only
he's
been
been their franchise guy the last 8 years. Homegrown, consistent, home run leader in franchise
he's
history.
only just been a really good player. That's like he's only been really really good. I
He's
don't
gonna go to
understand it.
Queens next year, and they're gonna boo him too because they don't understand
Well, let's give him.
who's the real
You know,
enemy.
they might boo him. They might
They
they
will.
might boo him. They might, but it's not his
It's New
fault. Like
York.
I
It's New
the
York.
fans know ball. The Mets fans know ball, Keenan. They're gonna
Sometimes,
they occasionally
sometimes.
know ball. I think they're gonna give him a cheer.
Dude, there was a whole month, I think it was 2023, where they were giving their fans the thumbs down because they booed him once.
Yeah, see, but that's just the relationship they have.
It's a toxic relationship.
Yeah, but it's like kind of fun to watch from the outside. You're like, oh, that's cool, because like at least like stuff's going on. You know, like stuff's happening over there.
It's a soap opera.
It is, with the Mets, it 100% is.
It is. They have gone out, brought in Jorge Polanco on a 2-year deal. This feels more like a Nimmo bat replacement, different
Yeah.
position,
Well,
but
I've
not the
heard their
caliber that
plans
Pete
to replace
Alonso is.
Alonso. The plan is McNeil and Goldschmidt to platoon. I read an article about that. Or
Yeah,
I say read
I
an
saw
article.
that too.
I saw a tweet. I'm not better than people. I saw a tweet. Like, I don't know. That sounds stupid to me. Like, I just pay Pete Alonso. He's your captain. He's your best hitter. Second best hitter. Now you have Soto, but
They immediately pivoted to the worst option possible.
in Mets fashion.
They're like, no Alonso,
The
McNeil
most
and
Mets
Goldschmidt.
thing ever is your 8-year veteran, homegrown, 40 home run guy wants to stay, gives you a chance to match the contract personally, and you're like, no, we want over the hill Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah.
I could see them getting Hoskins and being like, look, guys, it's Pete Alonso.
The fans would hate that.
The fans, short of. Look, honestly, if the New York Mets organization cured cancer, their fans would say, well, you guys are fucking taking work away from doctors. Like, that's the
Yeah.
relationship they have there. Is that it's never good enough. Because, like, I get both sides of it. Like, because it's never good enough for Mets fans, but Mets fans have never had it good enough before either. So they wouldn't know
No,
if
they
it's good
haven't.
enough. Like, it's so funny, the dynamic between the organization and the fans there. But Polanco's a good signing. He hit really well.
Yeah, there's also a little question if he's gonna match his 2025 though. Like this was his best year.
Yeah, even if he's like has a little drop, that's to be expected at this point.
It is.
It's
He also
two
this is the
years,
same
40
thing. He
million. It's
brought
nothing. It's a punt.
Yeah, this is the same thing. He brought this to the Mariners. They wouldn't match. They offered him a contract. It just wasn't as much
Yeah,
money.
and I
At
get it.
least they did.
Also, I'd want to live in New York more than I want to live in Seattle too.
I also don't blame him for not matching that contract. It
Yeah, that's
is,
fair. Like when you're Seattle, you have to kind of make these decisions, right?
yeah, they don't have Steve Cohen money.
Yeah, okay, way to just push your agenda. I mean, they could easily spend $40 million on Jorge Polanco. They probably got that back in, the bonuses and shit, but whatever, guys. Keenan likes the Keenan's part of the bourgeoisie. He's defending these
Yeah.
guys, yeah.
All right. Merrill Kelly, back to the Diamondbacks. Didn't see this one coming. I thought the Diamondbacks were going to try and get younger in the rotation. He's been a great pitcher for them. They
Yeah.
got,
I I don't know what the Diamondbacks are doing pitching wise. I kind of
he's always solid for them though. I don't hate it. It just doesn't feel like the right move.
no, it kind of feels like they're spinning their tires a little bit.
It kind of does, unless they
Do you
do
think they're
bring
gonna
in
bring
some
Gallen
younger
back? Or
guys.
no, Gallen's done there, you think?
I think Gallen's done. I think that would have been dealt with by now. I like the business of trading him away, bringing in decent pitching prospects, and then
That's
re-signing the
that's
guy.
that's the classic. It's great.
It is classic. It's a good fuck you to the Rangers.
The Rangers, I have some thoughts on their pitching and their hitting and
They're hitting. Yeah, they're
their
hitting.
relationship with the Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's
yeah,
weird. This contract,
he
it
must
could be
really like
good.
it though. He must really like Arizona. He probably likes the team.
Yeah, they brought him up after when he came over from Korea. This is the only team he played
Yeah,
for
he
before the
probably just
Mariners.
really likes the organization and is like, I'm a Diamondback forever.
Probably does.
Yeah.
I will say one thing though, it could be a good veteran signing if they bring in some MLB ready prospects in like a potential Marte trade, or if they sign any other young, maybe bring in Mackenzie Gore if they
They
take
just
that
need more
swing.
young pitching in general.
They do.
If they got Mackenzie Gore, wow, that'd be
That would be it would be a wild swing. I wouldn't put it past them.
I don't know. I might put it past them. I don't think they can do that.
Yeah. Kenley Jansen, he's signed with the Detroit Tigers, fifth closer in 5 years for the club. Assuming he's their main guy, they still got Kyle Finnegan there. Angels, this is why you trade players away at the deadline. Your reason for keeping him around was to have him for the next year. First of all, look what the Diamondbacks did. Second of all, you're not a winning franchise.
No.
There's no reason for him to want to stay after a good year.
Yeah, he's gonna want to go to a team. Kenley Jansen's a competitor. He's pitched on really competitive teams. He's been in Boston. He's been in LA. Like with the
Yeah.
Dodgers as well, right? Like he wants
Yeah.
to win and have a chance to win. The Tigers give him that. He probably thinks he can go in there and be Kenley Jansen of 8 years ago and be the shutdown guy. And he probably, I still think he has good baseball left in him. But if you're the Angels and you're thinking, okay, teams are willing to pay this guy to play the next year. We don't really need him next year. Why don't we trade him and get a prospect back? And then if he really likes it, he's going to re-sign anyways. So yeah, I don't really know what the Angels are doing. I never do though.
No one ever does. At least they actually traded away Taylor Ward. At least they decided to do that for once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Braves. They
But
got
they
their
brought in
shortstop.
Rodriguez, which like that's like the worst guy you could get because of the
It's a
physical.
very, very risky deal. Also very Angels-esque. Like,
Yeah, that's the classic. Like, oh, you're finally gonna like move on from a guy, start the rebuild. You get a guy whose arm doesn't fucking work.
yeah, and it hasn't worked. Yeah, over in Atlanta, they got their shortstop, Hassan Kim, 1 year, $20 million deal. It's a stopgap shortstop for an organization that doesn't have anything coming up and a 2026 free agent class that is weak.
It's a very non-permanent solution.
Their shortstops since Dansby Swanson left have been Orlando Arcia, Nick Allen, and now Hassan Kim.
Hyun Kim's not terrible. He's a MLB level shortstop.
He's not bad, but this isn't the guy. The
And
shortstop is the most important position in
I'm
the
gonna
field.
be so honest with you. They have no chance at the division next year.
Uh, See,
They're not
if they're
making moves like they're
healthy,
trying to win the division next year.
they're trying to like pretend like they're a small
They're
market
fighting
team.
for the
They're
wild
one of the
card
most
spot.
marketable
Keanan, your
teams in the
team will not
MLB.
win the division next year. They will be a high wild card team though.
They should be competing for the wild card, assuming they don't have injuries at every position for the third straight year. Like
This isn't the move
that's
to
like, come
make
on,
to like say like we're throwing our hats in the ring. We will win the division. No. Nah.
no. They high 80s, maybe low 90s if everyone's healthy. That's kind of the range I'm thinking right now.
I see high 80s. I don't know about 90 wins.
You don't think they just 90? Assume the rotation is healthy. You
If
don't
the
think they get
if the
90?
rotation's healthy, 100% 90 wins as well within the graph. I don't know. I don't know about 90 wins.
Also, they brought in Robert Suarez too.
You're selling me,
We
Keenan,
didn't put.
but like the team looked really good too on paper last year, and they kind of just didn't win games.
Let me
Like,
have some hope.
okay, yeah, dude, they might have a better record than the Mets next year.
No, we're not doing that for 2 straight years. We're not.
That only happens on odd numbered years.
Yeah, no. It only once a decade we're worse than the Mets. All right.
Uh,
2015, 2025, 2035. That's it. That's what it'll be next.
okay.
Yeah. One little piece of news here. Murakami, his market's been weak. I think we've known that. We picked that up already. There hasn't been any connection to big market teams at all. Dodgers haven't made any strong offer. Some teams considering him more of a prospect than an MLB ready guy.
And correct me if I'm wrong. He needs to be signed before New Year's, correct?
The 22nd, December
So a
22nd.
week from when we're recording right now.
7 days, yeah.
And I think he came out with a statement saying like he wanted to play for like a big market team, right? Like on the West Coast or East Coast. Not really a whole lot of need for him on any of those big coastal teams, right? Like there's not really a need. I would say the team that I would try or think would make a move for him would be Texas. They have
That's a big
money
market team.
and they have need.
Not West Coast, but
No,
big
well they're
market.
very central to
Yeah.
the US, right? Like but they're a team that can be competitive if he wants to win. They're a team that has money. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Like that's your pitch
They needed
is
they needed that too.
is we have the best pitching in the league and you can help us have if we have league average run support, we're going to win the division or be close to it and push Seattle.
Yeah.
Like they will I don't know if win the division, but they can push Seattle and get a wild card spot next year if their offense produces, and that's your pitch to him right there. Hey, big boy, we got a lot of money. We're gonna like you're gonna play for us. You're gonna be in our lineup. We need you to hit. That's the. I don't really know where else he makes sense. New York, maybe with the
Cubs.
Yankees.
Yankees are too busy. They got to bring back Bellinger, and they're too interested in the starting pitcher market for some reason.
Yeah, the. That's a whole other thing. If they,
Yeah,
the Yankees now really need to re-sign Bellinger.
that's a huge need. They don't have any like well-rounded players
No, I could
behind
also see the
Judge.
Mets moving on from Alonso so they can sign Bellinger too. And if they lose Bellinger to the Mets, that would be fucking hilarious.
And Marte's the Yankees are on Marte's no trade list.
Yeah, well, I mean, fair enough. I don't want to go there anyways.
But that is the Yankee thing to do. You can't sign someone, you trade for the biggest name. That's what the Yankees do, and they're on his no trade list.
They're kind of fucked. They've
They are
they've
in. They
misplayed the
built. They
offseason.
didn't build a structurally sound team though. They
No,
haven't
and they're losing
since
their
Judge has
only
come up.
well-rounded player in Bellinger, assuming they can't re-sign him. It is going to be Aaron Judge and friends again.
Well, since Aaron Judge has come up, what good hitters have come up alongside him since 2016?
Yeah, but Keenan,
2017, he
they
won
have the
Rookie of the Year.
propaganda machine telling us how good. They're telling everybody how good the Yankees prospect pool is. They have the what's his name, the alien, the Martian, Dominguez.
Dominguez can't field a fly ball.
Oh, we talk about this every week now. It feels like, but it's so funny watching him in the outfield. He,
Like realistically,
dude,
the Yankees, the other two hitters, Ben Rice has had one great year. We'll see if that can
pump the brakes
continue.
on great year, by the way. Great, he had a good
It
year.
was a 30 home run season. That's great.
That's nothing in today's day and age. 30 home
Okay.
runs today is 20 home runs 15 years ago.
But this was a good, you can say this was a good season though
I
for
did
Ben
say that. I
Rice.
just said that. I just
Okay.
hate Ben Rice with a passion because Yankee fans are treating him
Because he's a Yankee. Yeah, okay.
like he's the
But I
fucking
was
king
going
of
to say
England.
other hitters that they brought up, Gleyber Torres for the couple of years and Gary
Inconsistent.
Sanchez. Those are the most notable names who you've developed
Whoa, you don't fuck with
outside of Aaron
Miguel and
Judge.
Duhar?
The 1 year before they decided to just send him down to
That
AAA.
was the year that like they thought he should have won Rookie of the Year over Otani.
Yeah.
Like his batting average is higher. Oh,
I forgot about that.
that was magical. That was awesome. That was awesome.
But yeah, you can't develop anyone.
Yeah, they're not good at that. And spoiler alert, I don't think the Dodgers are great at that either.
They got Will Smith. But they've got better MLB development though.
Yeah, no,
Like they can sign
the
some
Dodgers
nobody and
pro
turn him
development
into
is
something.
phenomenal. I don't get why I always see them ranked at like the top prospect pools. When I look at the team, not a lot of Dodger guys homegrown through and through on the team.
Yeah, they got some starting pitchers, but they got a 2 year shelf life.
Yeah, like the Dodgers farm system, like I'm sure like they treat the players great. That's all I hear about. Teach them some baseball too. Like these guys
Yeah.
suck. Like I'm sorry. Like Gavin Lux sucked. Dustin May sucked. Like these guys were like your biggest and baddest prospects, number one rated, and they're not good. But like hopefully teams start realizing just because they play in the Yankees or Dodger farm system does not mean they are better than our prospects. They're not. And they don't perform that way in LA or out of LA. Same with the Yankee prospects too. Their guys get overinflated. That's why when you see deals, you see, oh, we got like we fleeced them. Classic fleece job from the Yankees. We got 3 top 50 prospects, but they all suck. Like you guys can't look at that stuff.
No. All right, we've talked enough about the free agency market. Let's get into our pros and cons. The West divisions. It's the last two.
Yes.
Start us off.
So, Mariners. Best season in franchise history, probably, right?
That's what I wrote. So
Yeah.
it is. It literally was the
I
closest
haven't
they ever
looked at
got.
yours. I intentionally didn't go
No,
back.
no, I'm just
Yeah,
saying
no.
that is what I
You've
have.
taken a big step forward and competed with the best teams in the league. This is your best ever franchise season, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. But this is also going to be your first year in probably 20 seasons where you have real expectations on a team where no one's really had to deal with expectations like this before. That kind of pressure is going to be very intimidating. Like Cal Raleigh's not going to repeat the season he had last year. You're going to need Josh Naylor to be consistent. Other than that, it's tough to find a con or a negative. But there's a lot to be hopeful for. The only thing is, it's really easy to be the fun, scrappy underdog. It's a completely different animal when you are the front runner. That's a different kind of pressure to deal with. So we're gonna need to see if that team can handle it.
Yeah, my pro is this was their best year in franchise history.
Yeah.
Literally by the playoff wins. This was the first time they ever got one win away from making the World
Yeah.
Series, which is wild to think.
No, phenomenal year.
Phenomenal year. My con was too many strikeouts, and that's what almost held them back against the Tigers. It's what held them back against the Blue Jays. You got all these star players, but there is a lot of chase, a lot of swing and miss
It's a
in
lot
this
of swing and miss.
offense,
It's a lot of swing and miss, and you're losing Polanco.
and you're losing Polanco, and Julio Rodriguez is chase rated.
Their three best hitters now are big swing and miss guys: Raleigh, Rodriguez,
Yeah,
Naylor. All of them have big swing and miss issues.
yeah, they got a hole at third base. They could go after Okamoto.
Yeah.
Good, well-rounded player. Hopefully, he doesn't come over and gets the Mariner strikeout bug. But
Yeah. All right. The Astros.
Astros,
What do you got for the Astros? What do you got?
I got their pitching development has been great.
Mm.
Like
Okay. Yeah.
they're start
I've never
even at
thought
the
about
major
that.
league level.
I've never thought about that. Honestly, that's really interesting. Yeah.
But it's true
No,
though.
it's really
Like
good. They find guys. They make guys pitch.
Hunter Brown, no one was really talking about him, and then he was a Cy Young candidate for like each of the last 2 years.
No, I
But
love that. I think that's great.
yeah, the core has aged, and there's nothing replacing them.
That's yeah. That's pretty much what I
There's
have too. That's just yeah. Like they've all just gotten older, and the young guys haven't really stepped in.
the signings you made haven't really panned out. With first base, Jose Abreu was awful.
Oh my
Christian
god,
Walker was
that's former
bad in his first
MVP
year.
Jose Abreu to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Like my pro is Pena and Brown look like franchise cornerstones, right? Like they like Pena looked good this year. He's a ball player now. He's legit. Hunter
he took a
Brown
little while.
it
He took a little while.
came around though, but he came around. Which if he didn't, they would have been really screwed, right? They would have been in
True.
real trouble. Um, they're gonna get worse before they get better. I don't see a,
It's yeah.
I don't see the
It's going to be a rebuild.
improving their win total in the next 2 or 3 years. I see the win total dropping and them having to just retool a little bit. Like so, yeah, you have these guys, but Keanan, I don't see their win totals staying the same or going up in the next three to 5 seasons. I see them
That's
in
fair.
a bit of a
This
transitional
is
period. This is the end of what's been a great like 10 years.
yeah. It really
It's been a
has.
phenomenal decade of baseball from the Astros, but we're at the end of the line. You're gonna have to get a little bit worse before you guys get back there.
Front office is going to be in an odd spot too because there's too many good pieces there for them to tank
You can't
immediately.
tank. The team's too good.
Yeah, the tank's too good. The team's too good to tank, but they're not good enough to be a playoff contender. You could sneak into the wild card. Like we said, there's no sure shots in the American League right now. The pitching development has been great. If you got some health and maybe a little rebound from Christian Walker, you're probably a wild card team, to be honest.
Yeah, they can easily be like the second or third wild card next year.
Yeah,
But do you really want to be the second or third wild card next year if you're the Astros, or do you want to just get some young guys in there, get them major league at bats for the next 2 to 3 years, and then in 2030 you're forced to be reckoned with. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's going to be on them. Those decisions that
it
they
is.
have to make in the front office.
They're cross-state rivals, though. They're also in a very similar spot. The pitching is great, just all around. I think it was one of the best staffs in the MLB. DeGrom looked good when he came back too. The con is that it felt like the end of this core.
Ooh.
Semyon's gone. Was Garcia's gone after his amazing 2023. They need a retool to get younger. They got a few pieces, a few young pieces on the offense, but they need to find a way to get younger. They have a lot of aging players. That huge Seager contract is still there. They need
And they've come out
to
and said
figure
they're
out how
not
to
shopping him, by the way, too.
Hey,
They've said that they're not trading him and they're not shopping his contract around.
okay,
Take that for what you will. I just said, yeah, very similar to you. Like the pitching is still some of, if not the best in the league, right? Like their pitching is still elite, but the offense just underperforms again and again, and there's not really an end in sight to it. It just feels like a very flawed, very lopsided team. Short of a bunch of guys having career years, which can happen, ask the Blue Jays, but it just feels like they're in the similar place with the Astros, where it's the end of the run. You can choose to get worse, but you still won't really be tanking. But if you get better, you're just delaying the inevitable while probably still not having a chance to win a World Series. So the front offices really have to have a decision to make. Skip Schumacher can manage a bad team. He can manage a good team. I think he deserves a chance to try and win this year. But if he doesn't show you something, I think you're totally okay blowing it up.
Yeah, 100%. The A's,
For the
it's a really fun offense. Kurtz is legit.
stole the words out
And
of my
this,
mouth. This fucking guy.
hey,
You stole the words right out of my mouth.
what other pro is there for them though?
I had fun and exciting offense in a rebuild. That was it.
And that's exactly what they are. The con is there's no pitching and no pitching prospects ready to fill the gap.
I had pitching as a mess.
But see, you can look like that, but this was one of the few teams the pro and con were very obvious.
Yeah, they can hit, they cannot pitch.
No, and there's no one ready to fill that gap.
Oh no, there's no one coming to save them. They're gonna have to play like they're gonna have to really hope Zach Eflin's got it still. Like that's where they are.
Yeah, they're not in Vegas yet, so Fisher's not going to spend any more money than he needs to. So you're not getting any marquee guy for that rotation. You just got to score more than you allow.
That's pretty hard when you're allowing double digits every now and again. But I don't know. The offense makes them watchable at least. You can still watch the team. Angels,
You can.
I had Zach Neto is really good, like an all-star level player in my opinion now. Everybody else sucks. That's they're just in purgatory where the players like the young guys get rushed up there to sink or swim. If they're good, that's great. The team still doesn't win games. If they're bad, they don't trade them for assets. If they're bad, they don't let them go. They just sit there spinning their tires. It's really weird the way that they like because they might be the biggest team in terms of where they think they are and where they actually are in terms of how they're perceived. They think they're on the cusp of competing in the division and being a wild card team. They are actually so much closer to being the Rockies than they are being like the Astros. So
They're the guy at the roulette table who's already lost thousands of dollars.
yeah, who's just like going back to the ATM like more and more and more. No, like put the shovel down, get out of there. I
Go home.
they need to cut bait and just figure it out. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was a little more broad for my pro. I said young hitters look good. Like you said, Neto looked like an all-star. Joe Adell broke out. Logan
Adele still
O'Hoppe
sucks.
had his stretches.
Like Joe
The
Adele might be the
organization has no
worst
plan.
outfielder in the world. He
Yeah,
might be
that
in terms of
that is
playing
a
the field,
big
he is
negative,
horrible.
but he almost hit 40 home runs.
He took away like 10 of those in value playing out there. I swear.
That is
I don't even know if
very
there's a
true,
stat
very
for
true.
that, but holy shit, Keenan! You watch an Angels game. This guy, it's like a stun grenade goes off when the ball's hit, and he's fucking looking around. He has no idea what's happening. He misplays all these like balls that are like really close to his body. He holds his like it's just ugly to watch.
It's
Like
very weird.
it
It
looks
is.
like at any point in time, any muscle on his body is spasming. He's so fun to watch in the outfield from an Indians fan perspective. It's great. He sucks though. I still don't like him as a player.
My con, the organization has no plan at all.
Yeah, I don't really see a plan. I mean, I see the plan. It's a bad plan.
The, the plan is to trade some guys and hope that you immediately become better from the guys you receive in the deal.
Yeah,
That is their plan, is hope.
they have concepts of a plan.
They've got concepts of a plan. They couldn't figure it out when they had Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. I don't think they're going to figure it out now.
Yo, but they just traded away Taylor Ward for a guy who doesn't have a good arm. Who's a pitcher, by the way.
He might give you a good half season
Yeah,
before he gets hurt again.
yeah. Dodgers. Let's go to a competent organization. Keenan, what do you have?
I think we know what the pro is. You won it all.
They won the World Series. That's my pro
They
too.
won the World
You guys are
Series.
champions again. There's no better pro than that than winning the World Series.
I gave them the con, which is hardly a con because they still won the World Series. The bullpen made people think you wouldn't win it this year.
That's fair. The bullpen was an issue until Sasaki got back there.
Until Yamamoto just threw a shutout every
Yeah,
night.
and then they realized, hey, like they don't even pitch if I just throw 9 innings. So,
Yeah, and
yeah.
then I'll just come out of the bullpen the next day anyways.
My thing is, yeah, they won it, but like they won a ring. That's great. I don't feel like they're doing enough to like turn over the team and replenish some veterans with young talent enough year over year, where I feel like if they do hit a wall and they don't win, that it's just gonna get harder and harder and harder. Whereas like now is the time to start getting rid of some of the veterans, like a Muncie, like a Kike, and bring in some young guys and slowly phase them into the team. They're not doing that. They're just going to keep running it back with the guys, and I
Mhm.
totally understand that. But to me, now is when you start bringing in younger, less experienced guys to fill the role.
That's fair. It's outside of those two players you just named, it's going to be hard for them to move off any of their veterans,
And
though.
that's the issue, right? It's going to be very difficult to do that, but you need to do that, in my opinion. It's just part of wanting to be sustainable as a dynasty and as a competitive team. Is you
Yeah.
can't just wait till you lose and everybody wants to leave, right? Like you can move on from Teo. Like I know he had big at
Yeah.
bats. You can do
There were
that.
rumors of that for a little while.
Yeah, you can move off of Glads now. You could even move off of Snell to get like to get younger. You can do a lot of different things, right? Like I don't know. But again, they've won back-to-back World Series. What the fuck do I know?
We can't really critique
No, I'm
them.
really reaching here because it's the Dodgers.
No, and I know that, but like we can't critique them.
No.
You done it. You're the first team to do it since the Yankees went three straight. Just don't go three straight, please. Padres. My pro is it was an elite bullpen before they added Mason Miller. My con, my many cons, streaky offense that had no power, and now they got no starting pitching for 2026.
Yeah, that.
I could probably say more about that team too.
No, hey, speak on it, Keenan. This is the time. Speak on the Padres.
I don't think they really have a leader, and they don't have a proven manager now too. They're in an awful situation. I was very hopeful for them last year too. I think I spoke about that quite a few
No,
times on the show.
I thought you were pretty high on yeah, like you and I both had expectations. We were like, they pushed the Dodgers last season better than anybody did, right? Like,
They did, and they just couldn't do it this year.
yeah, I agree with the leader thing. Like, when your two clubhouse leaders are Machado and Tatis, yeah, there's going to be some issues there. Um, my thing is, you traded for Mason Miller. That's a pro to me. Like, that's good job. You traded him for really nothing, in my opinion. Whatever. They traded the number one overall prospect who might suck and be out of the league in 5 years. That's a pro. He was also lights out in San Diego. Not the issue there. The issue
Yeah,
is that the bats went cold again. It's the same
they did.
fucking issue is the streaky offenses did not turn up again in what was maybe the last chance to make a deep run in the playoffs with this team. Like maybe your last best shot with the
It really is.
or
Like I said, there's no starting pitching for
yeah.
2026.
Like well, this was kind of it, Padre fans. This was it.
This was it. The team's rumored to be up for sale. You
Yeah.
got nothing going for 2026. Miller trade rumors are coming out.
That's been a
You
common
just
theme.
traded away the last good prospect you had. You have no future.
No. And we've said this a lot these past couple weeks about this. It feels like there's going to be a changing of the guard a little bit between like the mid-market contenders. So I really don't know what's going to happen in San Diego, but I think they're going to be a very interesting team going into next season or after this coming season, pardon me, but
2027?
yeah, cuz like a year from now they could be gearing up to make a big run or they could be in a fire sale mode and we're talking about what they're going to get for Tatis,
It depends on asset management.
which they are very look, they are not afraid. The one thing the Padres
They
are
will
not afraid to
trade,
make a
they
deal.
will make some moves.
No, they'll go for it, but I don't always know if that's a good.
And their prospect development has been great. Even while the team's been competing for playoffs,
Yeah.
they have developed really good players. Every notable guy on the Nationals
They
is
developed
because of the front.
was a Padre, which
Yeah,
imagine where they'd be if they didn't do that. By the way,
it's easy
imagine
to
if
look
they
back
had
at that.
Abrams and
It
McKenzie
was a
Gore.
mistake.
That'd be really good. You
They
should
didn't have Soto money before his big extension.
imagine if you just added James Wood, Mackenzie Gore, and C.J. Abrams.
You're getting past the Cubs.
It's pretty good. You can beat the Cubs with that. You can beat the Cubs with that.
You can beat the Cubs with that. The Giants. I didn't really know what to do for a pro, so I wrote Logan Webb is great.
Great's a strong word for Logan Webb.
Consistent.
He's good. He's consistently good.
My con is they have no young hitters. You could put that in for any year in the last decade.
Yeah, Keenan, it's the oldest team, and it's you could have said that any year the past 15 years. It's the oldest team in the league and has
I wouldn't go back that far just because they won the World Series
no, but
15
still,
years ago.
they were an old team then.
Yeah, I know. I just wouldn't say it as a con,
Oh,
though.
to be fair, yeah, for sure. My team, my take was very similar. I said the team doesn't suck. That's a pro. But there's also no chance they can win a playoff round. That's a con. They're stuck in the mid. They're stuck
They are.
right in the mid, and they need to pick a direction. They're a directionless team right now. Chapman's still really good. I like Juno Lee. Rest of the guys, I don't think are good enough to get it done. Patrick Bailey's terrible with the bat in his hands. Adames was pretty good. I kind of don't really know where they're going though. I don't know. Like you could tell me that they might win 90 games next year. Could see it. They could also win 75. That's not a place you want to be in when you're really old. When you're an old team like this, you should be winning your division or competing for your division every year, not battling for the last wild card spot. Again, they're going to get worse before they get better.
That's fair. Um, Diamondbacks, you got some superstar hitters. Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, Perdomo broke out and looked amazing. Gabriel Moreno is an amazing defensive catcher. Got a decent bat, too. The con is bad starting pitching that held you out of the playoffs for the second straight year. It's the problem in Arizona.
I just said the Diamondbacks are the exact opposite of the Texas Rangers.
And that's a pro and a con.
That's a pro and a con right there. Just go back, listen to what I said about the Rangers, flip it, that's the Diamondbacks.
Yeah. One more team here, the Colorado Rockies.
Oh.
Hunter Goodman, I guess. He was good for them.
I put they hired Peter Brand because that's going to be
Yeah, they
interesting.
got someone who actually understands baseball.
Yeah, well, someone who just kind of understands analytics a little bit.
A little, just a little bit. We'll see if
He
he's still
might
got
finally
it.
bring them into the 20th century with the way they operate.
Hey, whoa, let's pump the brakes
Yeah.
there. This is the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
They don't have the money for that.
Yeah, no. Maybe he'll bring them into in the 20th century now, 21st century in a couple years.
Yeah.
My con was just every other part of the organization.
I said worst pitching staff in the MLB. You
Fair.
allowed 1,000 runs. There's no other way to
They
word
were
it.
they were tracking for a while to like break the all-time record of most runs given up.
There's always a time in the season where they're tracking for that.
Yeah, that's true. They're so bad. Like they are bad and they're not very watchable either.
No, they aren't. They used to be watchable, at
They
least.
used to be a fun bad. Now they just fucking suck.
They just suck. One last thing here before we wrap up the show. State of the Jays. You're probably wondering why we didn't talk about one signing. It's because we're talking about him now. Tyler Rogers, 3 years. I like it. I like it because the arm angle. I'm sure you saw this
Who
between him
hasn't
and
seen it?
Trey
Arm
Savage.
angle, you compare him with Savage. I'm sure that's gonna fuck up a lot of hitters, right?
Oh, 100%.
He's also kind of the antithesis of the way that bullpen relievers are taught to pitch now, right? Like he doesn't strike out a lot of guys, doesn't throw very hard, but he gets ground balls, right? He consistently pitches to contact very effectively. Um, he's going to be a high leverage guy. I don't think I want him closing games. I'm okay with him, being like a fireman out of the pen, coming in, 6 inning, two guys on, one out. That's when you bring him in, right? Like that's his role. 3 year contract, I think, is pretty much the max you would ever want to give a bullpen pitcher. But he's earned it. He's shown he can consistently get outs. 34 going on 37. Not an issue because he's a submariner, so the
Yeah,
arm you can lose a tick or two on velocity, right? That's totally fine. I think it's a great move for the Jays who are just collecting good arms. That's all they do now is just sign good arms in the offseason.
they are. Yeah. Is that it though? I think I don't know
Yeah,
how I don't know how linked they're going to be in the trade market. They could use an amazing starting closer. I don't think they're going to go out and get Mason Miller because the Padres are going to say trade a Savage, and he's not going anywhere.
no, well, certainly not. I
That is
think
an
I think
untouchable.
they will end up getting one of Boba Fett or Kyle Tucker. I think one of those two will be a J. Anything else though, I,
Maybe some depth.
maybe some depth, but you don't want to sign really any long-term contracts right now. They may try and offload Brios's contract, but with Santander's coming back too, I think they're pretty content to stand pat and wait till the trade deadline. But even if they do that, assuming you get one of Tucker or Bichette, you've got to feel pretty good about the way the offseason went. You've got to feel like they instantly addressed the need and got Dylan Cease. They kept an impact bat, and you're having Santander come back, so it's like you get two of those back. I don't know. I'd be pretty satisfied. I'm pretty satisfied with the way the Jays have handled themselves this offseason. You got a high leverage reliever, you got an ace, and hopefully you get an impact bat. If they don't get an
Yeah,
impact
that's
bat,
the
they're
last
fucked.
thing that they need
They're
to do.
fucked. They need to sign one of Bo Bichette or Kyle Tucker, but getting Cease and Rogers, you're 2 or 3 out of the checklist. High leverage guy, ace, check and check. Now go sign the impact bat, and you're done. Your work here is done.
Yep, that's the last thing they need to do, and it's the last thing they will do. Note of note,
Yeah.
could be some depth guys, a little middle reliever here, maybe a bench bat, but that's nothing notable. You're gonna make those moves. Every
Yeah.
team actually makes those moves. Even the Pirates make
Even the
those
Pirates have
moves.
to have guys take the field.
They do. Yeah, you do need 9 guys on the field.
Yeah.
I think that's where we'll end today's episode. We are gonna take our holiday break now, like we said, and be back in the new year.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.